Throughout WoW's history, there have been times where certain classes have been much stronger than others in PvP. And today, we're going to be sharing with you the strongest PvP class specs in Wrath of the Lich King. These classes are going to be rated based off duels, world PvP, and battlegrounds. Going from worst leading up to the best, starting off with the massive, chaos-slinging spellcaster, Destruction Warlock. With the ability to have your succubus seduce for constant CC setups into your insane burst combos, Destruction Warlock is a very deadly caster in Wrath for dueling and arenas. Adding the highly effective new ability Chaos Bolt, which is a massive burst ability that cannot be resisted and pierces through all absorption effects, with Conflagrate, an instant damage burst spell is an insane 1-2 punch combo. If you've mastered the 1v1 rotation, you can easily kill players in a continuous, non-stop volley of burst and CC, leaving enemies incredibly frustrated and hopeless. With the addition to the incredible talent Backlash, which gives you instant incinerates added to the toolkit, this gives you the ability to actually deal more damage to melee instead of just being trained, as well as having demonic circle summoning to instantly teleport you away from danger. Warlock in the right hands is absolutely devastating and is a must-have on this list for Wrath of the Lich King. Now, on the total opposite spectrum, the judgment-seeking Retribution Paladin. You name it, the Retribution Paladin has it. High burst, good control, endless utility, and off healing. Retribution Paladin is phenomenal in a melee cleave comp and is definitely something to be feared. With the addition of Divine Storm, a hard-hitting AoE attack, as well as having the new passive Art of War, giving you the chance to deal extra damage or sling out some flash of lights on yourself or a party member if needed. All of this while also bringing very powerful buffs to your teammates. Bubbles, and a brand new defensive to them, Hand of Sacrifice, a powerful ability converting some of the damage they take and bringing it upon yourself. It's no doubt you have heard of the power of Retribution Paladin in Wrath of the Lich King, and it is definitely all for good reason. Moving along to the biggest sweat lords in WoW's history, the Rogue. Rogues bring a unique dynamic to almost any PvP scenario. With an incredibly strong hit and run playstyle, high burst, and the ability to easily reset fights with Vanish, they are incredibly strong in most cases. Come Wrath of the Lich King, Subtlety Rogue surprisingly gets even stronger, with the addition to having a few incredible new abilities like Dismantle, a 10-second disarm, and their most powerful new cooldown, Shadow Dance, allowing you the opportunity to use all in-stealth abilities out of stealth. If you're looking for insane burst and control, Subtlety Rogue is the first person you call. With the ability to get combo points from your own critical strikes, as well as your talent Honor Among Thieves, you are using an insane amount of finishers to completely change the tides of battle. Lastly, the new amazing Waylay talent, giving your backstab and ambush an automatic 50% slow onto a target, allowing you to really stick onto them even more. Not that you need it at all. It's to no one's surprise Rogue makes this list for how strong and truly fleshed out they become in Wrath of the Lich King. No more just spamming Shiv, you're using massive damage finishers and CC setups like a madman. Moving on to the Rogue's best friend, the Frost Mage. The class that without a doubt has the highest control in the game. Never-ending slows and roots, polymorphs whenever you need, and a brand new addition to the kit, Deep Freeze. Arguably one of the most powerful abilities for mages, Deep Freeze stuns a frozen target, encasing them in a block of ice, making all your abilities casted upon them deal damage and crit as if they were frozen, on a very minuscule 30-second cooldown. To bring some more damage to the table, you have Fingers of Frost to make those ice lances deal immense damage on non-frozen targets, and Brain Freeze to be able to cast instant Frostfire bolts. It's non-arguable that Mage becomes even stronger than it already is come Wrath. With the addition to these new spells, previously in order to get some burst in, you would really only have one way for your basic Shatter combo. Now, you have great damage from many different instant cast sources, making you the king of kiting melee. Now, the Zug King himself, the mighty Arms Warrior, plate-wearing, unstoppable juggernaut, with the addition to some new key abilities like Shattering Throw to get rid of those pesky bubbles, as well as Enraged Regeneration for nice healing defense. With the new talent Juggernaut allowing you to charge in combat, increasing the crit chance of your next mortal strike or slam to list a few. With also a brand new very strong talent, Unrelenting Assault, which causes your overpower on an enemy casting to have their damage and healing reduced for 6 seconds while also increasing the damage of overpower by 20%. Do not forget that this passive stacks with your Mortal Wounds debuff off of Mortal Strike, giving you the potential to have 75% healing reduction on a target. You also have access to execute regardless of the target's HP with the Sudden Death talent, and to cap it all off, the legendary Blade Storm. This ability makes you unstoppable for the next 6 seconds, dealing massive AoE damage to all the targets near you. This is one of the coolest warrior abilities ever, and I know we've all seen it in those old Swifty PvP videos. Pairing a warrior with a healer makes a recipe for disaster for the enemy team. A ton of people say that the best 2s comps in Wrath of the Lich King was simply Arms Warrior and Holy Paladin. And that leads me to the next OP PvP class, the Murloc Hunter. No, just kidding. The Holy Paladin. The Holy Paladin is truly a real healing game changer come Wrath of the Lich King. Huge chunky heals, almost infinite mana, and an absolute ton of powerful cooldowns to change the tide of battle. Adding things like Sacred Cleanse for a 30% increase to resistance chance on disease, magic, and poison effects after you cleanse the target, and the ability to toss out Flash of Light instantly when you critically strike with Holy Shock with your new talent, Infusion of Light. This makes you incredibly strong in a PvP scenario. Finally capping it all off, the truly incredible Beacon of Light. Using this on a party member allows you to heal others and duplicate your healing onto the beacon target, making Holy Paladins very powerful in a 3v3 scenario. Add all this with the already baked in incredibly powerful defensives, insane utility, and the ability to wear plate, it's without a doubt Holy Paladin becomes the strongest healer in Wrath. Having the ability to heal you and your teammate at the expense of no mana is incredibly strong in 2v2s. Pairing that with your best friend Arms Warrior is a match made in heaven. As you can see, in Wrath of the Lich King, there are some pretty substantial changes to many classes, making a lot of them shine in the PvP spotlight. So many classes that were neglected over the course of Classic and TBC actually get pretty substantial buffs, allowing them to at least be allowed to play in PvP. Classes that were literally a meme not too long ago are now sought after for arenas. Wrath of the Lich King is so much better at creating opportunities for a wide variety of specializations. I'm really excited to see how the player base reacts with these new buffs and all these massive class changes. I'm really curious to see if there are going to be arena comps that are going to be meta that weren't before in the past. We haven't even come close to going through all the changes, but we wanted to save that for another video to continue the series. We're going to be doing some more OP class lists for Wrath in the future, so make sure to stay tuned. My name's Sky from the Comeback Kids, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!